This is the Kemove K68 keyboard that starts at a price point of $89.99 and comes in black and white colorways and has plenty of switch options to choose from. Now they do have a 20% off going right now, so it is $71.99 at the moment. The unboxing experience of this keyboard is quite simple and straightforward. You unbox the keyboard, it has the keyboard itself with a wire, and it also has a 2.4 Hz dongle because it is a connectivity board. So you can have a wired 2.4 Hz or Bluetooth. It also has support for Mac computers as well as Windows, and both of those can be turned on and off with the slider on the side of the keyboard, which is great. The only downside is the fact that the 2.4 Hz dongle is not available to be put onto the back of the keyboard. It's kind of just laying around there. So please don't lose it, or not you will not be able to use the 2.4 Hz mode. When it comes to the RGB and looks of this keyboard, it is probably one of the best budget RGB keyboards on the market. When it comes to the keyboard itself, it is only a tray mounted keyboard and is not gasket mounted, but it does have some pretty decent stabilizers, I'd say. They do rattle in the plate, so I would recommend adding like a band-aid so they wouldn't rattle in the plate. And the plate is unfortunately a steel plate. So when it comes to those two things, I don't really think the price point that they're pricing it at is worth it, because there are plenty of great budget keyboards on AliExpress for this price point, and they are gasket mounted as well. So if you wanted a better feel and typing experience, I'd probably recommend those over this keyboard. The switches I got are Gateron Reds. They honestly don't sound too bad, and the dampening is good enough for there not to be ping in the keyboard, but I will say it does sound a little bit hollow. To disassemble this keyboard is quite simple. There are just screws on the top, and there are 4 hidden screws on the back covered in this like little tape thing. So all you have to do is remove the tape circles, and you have access to unscrew the back of the keyboard. Now the case foam included is not the densest thing in the world, so I do recommend swapping it out for something that's a little bit denser, and then maybe doing 1 layer of tape mod. I tried doing 2 layers of tape mod, but it was very full. The other mod you could also do is PE foam mod, which would probably sound pretty good as well. The keycap quality is decent. They are low profile keycaps, so you have to be a fan of those. I wish the keycaps were thicker. I feel like because they are thin, the keyboard itself sounds a bit higher pitched than it should. And the other thing I didn't like about the keycaps was how much is going on. I get that you want people to know what each key does when you hold down FN, but at the same time it just ruins the look and design of this keyboard. If they were just sleek and minimal and maybe had sub legends, that would look a lot better than whatever they have going on right now. When it comes to the typing experience, it is not the greatest because of course it is a tray mounted keyboard, and the dampening is just okay. The switch options are pretty decent, I guess, but they could be better. Again, the price point for this keyboard is a bit too high in my opinion. I think the sale price should be the original price. $90 is not worth it when there are plenty of better options out there when it comes to the typing feel and sound. Here's a quick sound test. You guys can hear how it sounds. Overall, like I said before, it's not the greatest feeling or sounding keyboard in the world, but it's definitely one of the best looking RGB keyboards around this price point. I'll be leaving a link to this keyboard in the description below, and let me know what you guys thought about this keyboard in the comments down below. And they do have an SE version of this keyboard, which I might review in the future, so stay tuned for that video. It is basically a cheaper version of this board right here. So with that out of the way, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.